the show that comes from the minds of stand-up comedians. Our next guest act is Sandra Valls.
Dad is like super duper like ranchero Mexican. He's like so like the guy that would like be the farmer kind of Mexican, you know, and like real cool, real down to earth. You know, we're like hi, that kind of man that like yelps and drinks beer every day. And like my mom is like the refined kind of Mexican lady who's got the perfect speech and, you know, always wore the perfect things. And it's like the Lady and the Tramp. My mom's not a tramp, by the way. I'm just saying. It's like my dad's not a tramp either. But it's kind of like that kind of, you know, two sides of the railroad. Is that right? Two sides of the railroad? From the other side of the tracks. What the hell?
So you can imagine how happy and how excited my parents were when I told them I was a big lesbo.
Do I have a preference of what I'm called, like a comic, a Latina comic, a lesbian comic? Like you're all of those things, you know? I was so not like honest about my stuff in my life. I was getting comedy from every which way. And it was really hard because I was like, oh, let me formulate this joke, you know, punchline, setup, punchline. And then my friends were all like, you're so funny when you bitch about your life. And I'm like, well, that's not what I want to be talking about because I don't feel it's funny. But then when you start talking about your own, it's kind of being a little naked, you know? It's kind of just like saying, okay, I think it's kind of funny. I'm pretty mad about this, or I'm going to comment on this, but people don't laugh. It's so embarrassing. It's just like I just kind of got naked and no one's laughing. Actually, it's good because it kind of, it's you like marketable in so many areas. It's like women's comedy night and there you are. It's like Latino comedy night and there you are. And it's like gay comedy night and there you are, you know? And I think, I mean, I don't care how people want to do labeling as long as they don't say boring ass comic. I mean, that's the worst. I don't care what they call me, you know?
But I think the guys need like pointers, you know, like a hint from a Homo Heloise or something like that. Like a Butch Talk, you know? Like, hello, and welcome to Butch Talk.
Today we're gonna learn how to really make it so she won't have to fake it. We're gonna learn how to get the big O instead of the big no.
Guys, I know the name can be a little misleading, but the love handles are never, and I repeat, never to be twisted, turned, or tugged.
Number 2, pay attention. It takes a lot of mucho self-esteem for the women to climb on top and do their business. Don't be looking up and making faces at them. Make them feel beautiful.
And ladies, if your stuff is where it's supposed to be, just do like me and lay down and put your arm up. Everything falls into place.
If none of this works, she may be a lesbian. How do you know if she's a lesbian? Pay attention. Number 1, if she enjoys Pam Anderson just as much as you, she may be a lesbian. If she refers to Salma Hayek as mamita, she may be a lesbian. If the term, look at that ass, turns to, look at that ass, she may be a lesbian. And lastly, if she wants to shave her head, eat fire, and march topless in a parade, she's a lesbian. Thank you very much. I grew up in Laredo, Texas. Actually, I grew up in Mexico across the border till I was 6. And then we came to the United States when I was 6. My father built a house in Laredo across the big puddle. Well, it's not a big puddle anymore. It's like a little stream. It's like a little trickle. But it's the Rio Grande. Nothing grand about it anymore, but I'm kind of a border girl. I used to talk like this, but I don't talk like that anymore.
I can't help it if I look like a white girl, okay? I can't help it. I was born like this. Do you know how traumatic it is growing up in a Mexican neighborhood and all your like Mexican kids, friends are like, oh, hey, viene Casper, Casper. Hey, Casper, Casper.
Growing up in Nuevo Laredo, I didn't know what M&Ms were. I mean, I knew like dulce de leche and cajeta and all that crazy candy and, you know, buying corn in the street. I didn't know you can buy corn at Ralph's. I mean, you just bought it from a man with a big tub. Anyway, that was that. People strolling in the plaza. It was really great. And then I moved to Laredo, and it was like malls and America and McDonald's.
And then I grew up in Texas, like really, really hot, where I had to wear shorts. They're like, Ivy, I'll buy no leg, I'll buy no leg. Laughing and pointing, laughing and pointing.
When I first actually incorporated my Latino material or my lesbian material, it was a little kind of scary. But I think the audience and people know, like when you really are true to yourself and what you find true, whatever your truth is, not to get all Oprah on you. But I think that even though people don't like it or do like it, there's a respect. They're like, okay, cool, she's doing her thing. I like all venues. Actually, I've even done like barbecue joints. Like, it's funny because comedians everywhere, like there's a little space or a restaurant that gives you the space. They'll put a microphone there and they'll be like, comedy night, like open night, you know, like you just do your thing. And I've gone from like barbecue joints where everyone's all like eating like from the chicken bone, like all, yeah, with like a little fan and like a little lamp in the back and everything's all dark, to like huge venues like the Laugh Factory or the Comedy Store, you know, the Main Room and stuff like that. But I mean, Buzz Coffee, where it's like the cappuccino maker in the back's all, and you're trying to make a joke and it's just completely lost. You have to wait for the punchline. I mean, I like all venues because they're all different kind of people, actually.